I believed I was doing the right thing. When I walked away from my husband at the start of summer, the promise of freedom, new experiences, and finding myself again seemed like exactly what I needed. Told myself I was stuck in routine, missing out on life's excitement. So I packed up my things, gave him a vague explanation, and left the man who had loved me without limits for 7 whole years. Back then I thought I was chasing joy. Summer began like a fantasy. I traveled around, danced at beach parties, met strangers, and did things I hadn't done since I was much younger. Each sunset felt like a small win. My social media showed endless smiles, drinks, and fun. Friends I hadn't heard from in years called me brave for choosing myself. First I felt proud, until the thrill began to wear off. Soon the joy turned into a deep emptiness. The people I met blurred together. Late nights left me drained instead of excited. Began to feel lost in the very story I created. I missed the slow mornings with my husband, our private jokes, the coffee he brewed that somehow always tasted better than any cafes. I missed being understood without saying a word. I tried to brush it off. I told myself anyone would feel this way after such a change. The ache grew heavier each day. Found myself looking at old photos. I reread our messages, the ones where he told me he had faith in me, even when I didn't have any in myself. When I realized I had mistaken calm for boredom and love for monotony, one rainy night in August, finally reached out. Just a small hey. No response. The next morning I sent a longer text, apologizing for leaving so suddenly and saying I was confused and thought I needed time. Still nothing. I called voicemail. I tried again. The following days, silence. By the second week, I felt desperation setting in. I emailed him, poured out everything, how I was wrong, how I missed him, how I finally saw what love really meant. No reply. No reaction. It was as if I'd been erased from his world. Maybe that was his way of coping. Then I started hearing things from mutual friends. Some were gentle, saying he was deeply hurt. Others were direct, telling me he'd changed his number and didn't want any contact. Apparently he'd started working out, picked up painting again, and spent time with his nieces and nephews. He was healing and I wasn't part of it. There's a particular pain in realizing someone can start a new chapter without you. I always thought he'd be waiting, like a saved page in a book, ready when I was. It never crossed my mind that my absence might help him find strength or make him realize he deserved more. These days I spend my evenings replaying every word I said when I left. I must have sounded cold, thoughtless. Told him not to wait, but I didn't really believe he'd listen. I thought love was like a rubber band that would snap back no matter how far stretched. But some things, when broken, stay broken. Every time my phone lights up, I hope it's him. Never is. Stop going out. The same friends who celebrated my freedom slowly disappeared. My apartment feels empty. My so-called freedom feels like a trap I created. I don't know if he's with someone else now. The idea crushes me, but I know I have no right to ask. I'm the one who walked away thinking I'd find something better. But the truth is, better was the man I left behind. He wasn't flawless, but he was kind, loyal, and real. Now I write him letters I'll never send, play our favorite songs, and picture dancing with him in our living room. I wonder if I ever cross his mind, though deep down I know I probably don't. Not anymore. Maybe that's exactly what I deserve. Regret is its own kind of punishment. It shows up in the quiet and makes you remember all you gave up. I got my summer adventure, but it cost me the one thing that truly mattered. No matter how many apologies I send, he still won't answer.